Hello everyone, welcome to Samiksha Academy. As you all know, right now, immigration has become a major issue between India and US relationship, especially after Trump taking oath as the president of US. In this context, right now, if you see, migration has become an issue, right, especially for US and Europe, but pre-90s it was not the case. In early 90s, India's nuclear program used to be a major issue for US and Europe, but right now this is not the case. So how this relationship between countries is changing, right? What are the factors that are actually responsible for understanding this relationship? So this is what we'll be discussing in this particular video, all right? So if you just have a look at that, especially in the context of international relations, these are the two words like geopolitics and geoeconomics quite frequently we will be using. What exactly these words are? Why do we need to give this much weight to these words, right? Is it really that much complex to understand these words? Not at all. If you clearly understand these core two dimensions, right, understanding international relations will be quite easy. Believe me, if you really need to understand international relations, fundamentally you must understand two major components. Those two components are mentioned here. One is the spatial dimension, second one is the temporal dimension. What is spatial? What is temporal? In simple terms, spatial dimension means understanding the geography. Temporal means, right, understanding the changing times. So how times got changed? With changing times, how the things within this geography are getting changed. What exactly the things within geography means? Geography means here we will be understanding the size of the territory, the size, and its location, where it located. For example, if you see here, the location of India plays very crucial role, its relationship with China and Pakistan, right? If the same India located somewhere here, our relationship with China and Pakistan would be different, right? That's why location plays very crucial role. In the similar fashion, size mattered. Suppose, for example, if you see here, Russia, because of the vast size and eventual availability of resources, that matters. That's why when we try to understand the geography, what we try to understand here, we will try to understand the territory, the availability of the natural resources, right, people and their government. For example, if you see here, availability of the natural resources, because of the heavy presence of, right, if you see this particular shaded area, because of the heavy presence of the crude oil, right, West Asia is quite crucial, especially when it comes to energy relations. Understood that? In the similar fashion, people of the given territory and their government, this is the crux. If people having good amount of knowledge, good amount of education, skills, right, and their government is stable, right, there are less protests. Even if protests happens, they are being resolved amicably. In that case, these countries can grow faster. The governments that are resolving their border conflicts, resolving border conflicts is very crucial, right? So that's why first understanding the geography, then second one is understanding the time, the role of time. With changing time, how the people, the government, by using the available resources, changing the nature of their territory. For example, if you take the case of India, early 1950s, how India used to be. Right now, that is not the same India. Right now, India is the hub for IT professionals. Across the globe, there is a demand. That's why most of the Americans earlier they need India, right? So that's the reason they want to establish a relationship. Americans, right? They need our services. But right now, because of the heavy presence of the population, now they are feeling it is disturbed. It is disturbing their native American population. But what we can understand from this, with changing time, if you really utilize the available resources effectively in the given geography by reducing conflicts, you can strengthen your relationship as a global power. That's how countries became global power, right? Not just because, suppose for example, if you see some small countries, for example, here you can't even identify where Israel is, very small in size, but people having highly skilled in terms of in terms of defense, right? They are highly advanced. So if in the given territory, the people, right, and the government, by using the resources effectively, irrespective of the size, if you utilize it, then you can strengthen your relationship in a better manner. That's why geopolitics means understanding the whole territory in terms of their people, their utilization of resources, the presence of their government, right? Eventually we will be dealing economy, because in terms of trade it plays very crucial role. Within geopolitics we will understand the economy as a separate dimension, right? Suppose for example right now war is happening between Russia and Ukraine. Because of that, the economic relationship will impact in India, because in India we need semiconductors, right? The raw material for semiconductors comes from Ukraine. If there happens a war there, that affects our relations here. That's why we will be seeing economy as a separate dimension, because that's how the relationship will get impacted. So finally what I am trying to explain here is that if you really want to understand international relations, for example, see here, we will be using these terms like you can change your friends, but you cannot change your neighbors. In international relations, there are no permanent friends, no permanent enemies, only permanent interests, right? Why we use these terms in a very frequent manner? The reason being, that's how in reality things will work, right? So if you really want to understand international relations, first understanding history, geography, polity and economy. If you understand these areas in a better manner, then you can actually you can appreciate international relations between one country with another country, between one country with multiple countries. So this is what I would like to share in this particular aspect, because if anyone wants to start international relations, really want to understand international relations, understanding the spatial dimension, that is the geographical aspect, and the temporal dimension, that is time, these two are the two fundamental dimensions, right, that allows you to understand the relationship between India and other countries, or country A and country B. All right, thank you.